In this video, we're going to talk about factoring perfect square trinomials. Now, before we talk about what a perfect square trinomial is and how to factor it, I want to review squaring a binomial. So we'll start with 2x plus 3 squared. I have another video on squaring a binomial. The link for that video is coming up right now, as well as at the end of this video. But we know to square a binomial, we want to square the first term and square the last term, and then multiply those two terms times 2 to get our middle value. So we'll get 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 when we square our original binomial 2x plus 3. So this trinomial here, 4x squared plus 12x plus 9, is a perfect square trinomial because we got it by squaring that original binomial 2x plus 3. So our goal in this video is to take trinomials like this and figure out what our binomial squared is. Just as a review, we know when we square our binomial, if we have a plus b squared, that's going to be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That's what we just did here. And if we had subtraction, a minus b squared, it's going to be the same thing, a squared and b squared, but we're just going to subtract the 2ab. So in this video, instead of starting with the binomial, the a plus b or a minus b, we're starting with our trinomial. And we want to get back our binomial, either a plus b or a minus b. To do this, the first thing we have to do is figure out, well, is this trinomial even a perfect square trinomial? So here's how we're going to do this. Let me clean this up a little bit. So I want to figure out, is our trinomial a perfect square trinomial? And there's two things we have to figure out to determine that. Are the first and last terms perfect squares? That would be these values are a squared and our b squared, so are those perfect squares? And from that, we're going to find a and b. And the second thing we have to figure out is the middle term 2 times a times b. So that's going to be what we have here, 2 times a times b and 2 times a times b. So let's look at our first example and see if we can make sense, right? So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. So we have a trinomial here. Let's figure out, is this a perfect square trinomial? So let's look at our first term and our last term and figure out, well, are these perfect squares? Well, can we square anything to get x squared? Well, we can square x, so that's going to be our a squared. And can we square anything to get 4? We can square 2, that's going to be our b squared. So a is x and b is 2. So that first property checks. Now let's look at the middle term and see, is the middle term 2 times a times b? So that middle term has to be 2 times a times b. So if we write out what our middle term would be, 2 times a, which is x, times b, which is 2. I'll squeeze that in. Well, 2 times x times 2 is going to give us 4x. So 2 times x times 2 gives us 4x. That second property checks. This is a perfect square trinomial. We know our value for a is x. Our value for b is 2. We know that a squared plus 2ab plus b squared from right here is equal to a plus b squared. So this has to be equal to a plus b squared. A is x plus b is 2. So the original binomial squared was x plus 2 squared, and that is going to be our answer for number 1. Let's do another example of factoring a perfect square trinomial. Number 2, we've got x squared minus 6x plus 9. So let's check and see, are the first and last terms perfect squares? Well, what can we square to get x squared? We can square x. So that's our a squared. What can we square to get 9? We can square 3. Actually, that should be a 2. So that's our b squared. So a is x, b is 3. Now our middle term has to be minus 2 times a times b, right? We're subtracting here, so we want this to be minus. So let's check and make sure that is. So minus 2 times a, which is x, times b, which is 3. Well, if we multiply that out, 2 times x times 3 gives us 6x, so that checks. First and last terms are perfect squares, and 2 times a times b is equal to 2 times a times b is equal to that middle term. So we know that a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, well, that's equal to a minus b squared. So this is going to be equal to a minus b squared. A is x minus b, which is 3. So this is going to be x minus 3 squared. So our answer here should be x minus 3 squared. For number 3, let's see if this is a perfect square trinomial first. So what can we square to get 4x squared? We can square 2x. What can we square to get 1? Well, we can just square 1. So that's our a squared. That's our b squared. Adding the 4x, so our middle term's got to be 2 times a times b. Let's check that middle term. So plus 2 times a, which is 2x, times b, which is 1. So 2 times 2x times 1 gives us 4x. So that checks as well. So this is a perfect square trinomial. We know that a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, well, that's equal to a plus b squared. So this is going to be equal to a, which is 2x, plus b, which is 1 squared. So our answer here is 2x plus 1 squared. Let's do 2 more examples. Number 4, we've got 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. So let's see, is this a perfect square trinomial? Let's see, what can we square to get 9x squared? We can square 3x. So that's our a squared. And then what can we square to get 4? We can square 2. So that's our b squared. So our middle term's got to be plus 2 times a times b. A is 3x, b is 2. So our middle term, let's check this. So we've got 2 times a, which is 3x, times b, which is 2. And 2 times 3x times 2 gives us 12x. So again, this is a perfect square trinomial. We know a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That is a plus b squared. So this is going to be a, which is 3x, plus b, which is 2 squared. So our answer here is 3x plus 2 squared. And then last one, number 5, 16x squared minus 16x plus 4. Let's see, is this a perfect square trinomial? So what are we squaring to get 16x squared? We can square 4x. That's our a squared. And then what can we square to get 4? We can square 2. So that's our b squared. A is 4x. B is 2. Then our middle terms, we're subtracting the 16, be minus 2 times a times b. So let's check that middle term. So minus 2 times a, which is 4x, times b, which is 2. So 2 times 4x times 2 is going to give us 16x. So that middle term checks. So this is a perfect square trinomial as well. We know a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. That is going to be a minus b squared. So this is going to be a minus b squared as well. So a is 4x minus b, which is 2 squared. So our answer here is 4x minus 2 squared. So this video was on identifying and factoring perfect square trinomials. I hope this video helped you understand this concept a little bit more. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And check out the link for the video that's coming up right now on squaring binomials. This is Nick from First Coast Math Clinic.